My name is Shana Merrick, and I'm with the Addiction Services Council, and I'm the Director of Adolescent and Prevention Services, but I'm also a clinical provider for the Quick Response Team. So I'm the counselor, the case manager, therapist, whatever role is needed. I was sitting here and I was thinking that, because I never thought of it this way, like when I first initially got on this team, I was kind of nervous. They have a lot of gear and guns, and I just want to help people. And I found out so do they. I mean, they just want to help people. So, I mean, honestly, I came into this to be of service, and so it's an interesting partnership with different perspectives, but the same, like, values and goals and mission in terms of what we're doing to be helpful. I put this up here because another story I sort of thought about, my second day at Addiction Services Council, I'm kind of looking at Nan. Nan sent me to a town hall meeting in Colerain Township, and it was the first town hall on the opiate epidemic, and I was sitting there. So in addition to kind of seeing it, it was my only second day at this new agency, but I'm also a Colerain Township resident. All of this felt very strange to me because it's like suddenly it's more meaningful to me, I mean, in terms of the work that I do, that it is my community. I'm very proud to be a part of this. My point to that story was that it's QRT, the knocking on the door and the work that we do, the intervention, the follow-up, the treatment, getting people connected, is one piece of what's happening in Colerain Township. And so I think it's this whole kind of kit and caboodle that's making a difference. I've been part of the canvassing, knocking door to door, so you really kind of get in touch with like what community thinks, being part of the neighborhood meeting that was on November 29th. And I heard the same thing in my small group, which was, I don't know that they're doing anything about the heroin. Now, of course, I just want to be like, really? Well, you've not heard this? So, we have a lot to do in terms of marketing, but we are doing something. From this came a partnership with Northwest Local School District. So our local school district, we now partner with the schools. Any kids that are running into any kind of drug or alcohol-related offense are being referred to us for assessment and intervention. And they have taken an approach as a result of this project to be able to say to kids, if you follow through on the things that you need to do with this intervention and assessment, then we'll hold your expulsion at bay. And that, because I can't tell you I just think of one of our early cases was two 18-year-olds that were contemplating, and I don't think they'd gotten as far as actually doing it, but they had crushed up OxyContin and were in the bathrooms. So here they are, 18 years old, they're caught with a controlled substance, they're seniors getting ready to graduate, and I'm thinking, because in addition to being a counselor, social worker, I'm also a mother, and so I'm thinking, you have dreams and you have hopes and you want to, and all of that because of this incident and what appears to be kind of the starting some very high risk behavior, but it could endanger all of that for your future. It's hard, once you have charges, in terms of financial aid and and who knows what's going to happen to you as a result of this, but we were able to intervene. They brought them, it was weird, it was a Wednesday, and they just brought them to our office that day because we were up at the substation. We did their assessments, got them involved with case management, did education, intervention, and I think that could have been a very different story at some point. So we've developed, so I look at this approach that it's not just the individual that we're working with. We are also, whenever we're at people's homes or talking to a lot of parents and siblings, husbands and wives, girlfriends, because we also want to make sure that the families have significant needs too. They're hurting just as much. They're feeling helpless. So what can we do to support them as well through this process? The community, so I guess for me, just being able to demonstrate that it's the 360 approach, that we're looking at all these different angles and opportunities that we have to work with the community and the individual.